to OMG. Today we're going to be talking about object pronouns. How are you, Mr.
Really?
McGuire?
I'm good.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm always ready. I was born ready.
Born ready. That's great.
Especially for object pronouns, because
Yes.
I'm excited. Yesterday we did subject pronouns, things that start off the subject. Could be a compound subject, could be a predicate pronoun.
Predicate pronoun, right.
Yeah.
And so even though it seems like we're getting into some really tough concepts, if we just take our time and focus on one area at a time, we're going to get through this without any stress.
That's right. Stress-free is the way to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good saying. So let's look at Tuesday's guided practice. An object pronoun is a pronoun, personal pronoun, used as a direct object, as indirect objects, or as objects of the preposition.
Yeah, ooh, those sound scary.
Sounds scary.
But you know, we really kind of naturally say those anyway.
We do.
But we're just going to learn and see where where those are functioning at in a sentence.
Right.
So I think we can do this. Like some singular examples of objective pronouns are me, you, which use the same plural, singular, object, subject. You kind of goes across all the things because you are so good. Yeah, I was talking to them.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay, grammar man.
All right, and then you have singular pronouns: me, you, him, her, and it. All those are just talking about referring to one thing.
Okay, and so then you also have the plural form of those pronouns. So if it's me or us.
It'd be us instead of one, yeah.
Right. And like you said, you is you.
Yeah.
And then instead of him, her, or it, it's them.
Them. That's
So,
right. Them.
That's
Those
true.
are all objective case pronouns.
Right.
Yeah. As a direct object, the pronoun receives the action of a verb and answers the question whom or what. And we did those earlier when you have your direct objects, you know, I kicked him.
Right.
Him would be the objective pronoun in that case, and that is the direct object.
Okay, good. So then we also have object pronouns as indirect objects. It's where the pronoun tells to whom or what or for whom or what an action is performed. So that's, again, whenever we were talking about direct and indirect objects, we said to ask yourself those questions, for whom or for what, and so you're going to have to find yourself doing that again.
Like Johnny, I'm just going to use Johnny.
Okay.
Is Johnny okay?
That's fine with me.
Or Billy or Jimmy?
If you can think of an example off your head, that's great.
Doug. Let's use Doug. So Doug gave her a gift.
So to whom did Doug give the gift?
Her. And that is the objective case pronoun. It uses an indirect object in that case.
Right.
The last one as an object of the preposition. The pronoun follows a preposition such as to, from, for, against, by, between, or about, under, over, through.
Okay, don't sing it for us because we haven't learned about those prepositions yet. So if we could take just a minute to watch a short video about prepositions instead of you doing it for us. You know, no, really. Let's watch the video instead.
All right, so we're going to take a short break.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly or like a bee, like an ant as busy as can be, these little words we call the busy peas.
Preposition
9 or 10 of them do most all of the work.
of, on, to, with, in, from, by, for, at, over, across.
And many others do their job, which is simply to connect their noun or pronoun object to some other word in the sentence. Busy peas, if you please.
On the top is where you
The
are.
top relates to where.
With a friend you'll travel far.
With a friend you'll go.
If you try, you know that you can fly over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow is where you can fly. Busy prepositions, always on the go. Like a bunch of busy bees, floating pollen on the breeze, buzzing over the meadows, beyond the forest, through the trees, into the beehive. Busy, busy
Into,
bees.
beyond, over, on, through.
Busy prepositions, always out in front. On the edges, in the crack, around the corner, from the back, in between the action, stating clearly to your satisfaction the location and direction. Prepositions give specific information.
Though little words they are, they never stand alone.
Gathering words behind him, you soon will see how they have grown into a parade. A prepositional phrase with a noun or at least a pronoun bringing up the rear. A little phrase of 2 or 3 or 4 or more words.
Prepositions, attention, forward march.
Busy prepositions, always on the march. Like a horde of soldier ants, inching bravely forward on the slimmest chance that they might better their positions. Busy, busy prepositions.
In the air, on the ground, everywhere.
The sun sank lower in the west. In the west it sank.
And it will rise in the morning and will bring the light of day.
We say the sun comes up in the east every day.
In the east it rises.
Busy prepositions, busy, busy, busy.
On the top is where you are.
On the top.
If you try, you know that you can fly.
Fly where?
Over the rainbow.
All right, hopefully we know a little more about prepositions after having watched that video. Now we're going to talk more about prepositions as we go further along in our OMG series, but for now that's all we need for object and preposition at least.
Okay, so back to your guided practice, looking at the example that's marked direct object. People liked P.T. Barnum because he entertained them. Whom did he entertain? Them. So them would be our objective pronoun.
Yeah. All right. So
Very
the direct object in that case, yeah. You know, I liked him because he has really good animal crackers.
You would.
Yeah. Animal crackers are delicious. A little box. They're so nice.
Yeah.
All right. If you look at the indirect object, it says Barnum showed them fascinating objects. So in that case, to whom did he show the objects? Them. So that's the objective case pronoun that serves as the indirect object.
Okay, and so then we don't have to worry about whether we know exactly if it's a direct or indirect object. We just have to find that objective pronoun.
That's right.
And underline it.
That's
okay,
right.
So let's look at object of the preposition. Now we know our prepositions. It says many people worked for him. So for was my preposition. So now I've got to find my pronoun, and that would be him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all you do.
That's pretty
Serves as
easy.
the object of the preposition. Very
Okay.
good. So let's look at our directions then for the guided practice. It says underline all of the object pronouns in the following sentences. And that's it. Don't have to worry about identifying if it's an indirect object, direct object, or object of the preposition. So let's not even worry about that.
Okay, great.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so I'm going to do number 1 then. Okay, P.T. Barnum was a one-of-a-kind person. Some called him a showman. Okay, so looking at that, I'm looking to see if it's singular or plural. I can refer back to my chart, and it looks like it's going to be him.
Him. Yeah, that's the only object pronoun I see there.
Very good.
Good. Very good. Number 2. Others had a different name for him. They called him a fake. So for number 2, yeah, I know, dangerous business. If you see in that sentence, we have 2 object pronouns, him and again him. The first one is the object of the preposition, so we get back to that part. But we don't have to recognize.
We don't have to recognize that,
just
but we would
the
still
object.
underline both.
That's right, both hymns.
Both hymns. Great.
That's right.
Okay, number 3. Once he charged people to see a person he said was George Washington's mother, but he was just fooling them. So whenever I look at that, the only objective pronoun that I see would be them in that sentence.
It is. And who was he fooling? That's the direct object again in that one. But
Yeah.
all the rest of those are subjective. It looks like
Subjective
he is
pronouns,
subjective.
right.
He is subjective.
And
is
another
subjective.
he,
Yeah, all
right.
kinds of those. So the only object pronoun in that case is them, serving as the direct object. So it's important we know what those 3 things are to find the object pronouns. But
Right, so
you don't have to identify them.
just a hint though, for the OMG test this week, you're going to have to know those singular and plural cases or
That's right.
forms of those words.
3 cases: object, subject, possessive.
Right.
We can do that. I have
Yes.
confidence.
OMG.
OMG.